most leaders suck. Those who don't, we all know their names. Today, I will explain the difference between a great leader and a horrible leader. So this is a leadership skills and public speaking video. If you don't identify as one, have a nice day. Oh, you stayed. Welcome and congratulations. So basically, what makes a great leader great? It's charisma. It's how people feel about you. It's your authenticity, but also your ability to command, to inspire, to lead others. And most importantly, to make other people included, to make them feel pleasant around you. So let's start with leading by example. Julius Caesar did that. In the most crucial battle of his career, he removed his helmet and charged practically alone from a withdrawing army to face the enemy. And others were embarrassed by this example and they followed him to death. Fortunately for Caesar and his supporters, it was a victorious battle, and the rest is history. So, going back to our present moment, to politics, leadership in business, or just, hanging out with some cool guys in a pub, to be a true leader is often sold as something that requires abiding by certain rules of behavior, to be decisive, to be authoritative. Nah, it doesn't work like that. Competence is a minimum requirement. That part is true. But it's the kindness that's the crucial key part. Let's move on to the language. Many public speaking coaches propose a certain pyramid or certain list of words that a decisive leader should avoid. It's all nonsense. For example, they advise to avoid using modal verbs like could or should. Instead of that, many public speaking coaches advise you to use we will, we have to, we must. Now, break down this hierarchy. Completely reject it. You can use all modal verbs. Could, should, we will, we have to, we must, we are owed to. It's up to you to recognize the right moment. Sometimes, if you use we should do that, we could do that, criticism is that this signals the lack of control. Sometimes a good leader should admit lack of control, or should feign that lack of control is something that's going on right now. Why? Because it might activate leadership skills, leadership abilities, or sense of responsibility in those who are following him. So don't mask your incompetence. Sometimes admit the challenge. The second group of words, we will, we shall, the decisive ones. If you use them at the wrong place, it will fall flat. You will appear shallow, superficial, unable to comprehend the gravity of the situation. So be careful with those. Sure, they're decisive, they command, the attention, they are authoritative, and they are called to action, we will do that. Yeah, but be mindful of the situation. You have to recognize when and how to use them. Also, it has to be based on your personality style. Long story short, don't overdo it. The third one, my favorite group, visionary, types of words. Use continuous tenses. We are doing this. We will be doing that. So present continuous and future continuous are great to highlight your vision, to highlight your visionary leadership style that will mobilize grab the attention of your followers, of your colleagues, of your co-workers, and that will showcase that you do believe in what's going on, that you're confident that everyone is on board and that this team can win. So, we are doing this next year to become the best company on the market, stuff like that. We are introducing these measures right here and right now because it's active, it's energetic, it highlights the dynamics of the collective, of the group, of the processes going around. But once again, destroy this hierarchy. You don't have to avoid some and to overly embrace others. Feel free to use each according to your personality type and according to the situation. Read the room. So that part has to rely on your own intuition. Finally, try to use the why and what is. Why are we doing something? Explain it. People love that. Or what is? What is the current situation? Admit the challenge. We are in a horrible position, in a horrible situation. We might lose, but we are going to find our way out of this. Bam. You see, what did I do there? I used all of the instruments at my disposal. But most importantly, try to read the room, be charismatic in a way that's not overly vulgar. Try to be kind above all else. Try to include as many as possible in the decision-making process. This is not just a leadership style. It's a common human trait that is inherent to every great leader. Kindness and inclusiveness. You can be a visionary just by, spamming some formulas that some public speaking coach imposed on you. You do have to be careful to balance them all out and not overdo any cheap trick. So stay kind and have fun with these tips. I hope you like that. Long story short, be like Caesar. I wish he could be alive to subscribe on my page, to my page, whatever. Grammar is overrated. Thank you for watching and hope to see you around. Bye.